Hello, Roll Mithril here once again, getting back to Magmammal 1 Blind, and suddenly Bubble Man. I wonder what that barrier thing is. It must block something important. I haven't really thought too much about this one either. But nothing seems to do anything for this one either. Oh well. Perhaps later. For now, back we go. Alright, so continuing on through Tier 4. And I believe we're up here now. 6th place, Lambda, Thundercliffe Plant. Score 70.4, 89, 67, 81, 48, 67. Alright. Okay, some pretty energetic music here. I like the style of the clouds up there. Looks pretty nice. I don't think the music is familiar to me, though, but it does sound good. I like the graphical style here, too. Give me that. It's one of those styles, it's simple, but it works. And that just looks really suspicious to me. But I guess it's nothing. Weird. Like, I was solidly pressing up against that odd blackness back there, but nothing was going on, so I don't know if it's just a missing texture or what. Thus far, I don't know that this level's really done anything like super clever or unique, but it's still a very solid level, and I am enjoying playing through it. And the graphics, I think, just look really nice. The way Thundercliffe is spelled in the title, I have to wonder if it's actually a reference to something, but if it is, I don't know what it would be. At least we can see the telly generators here. Oh, alright. I was wondering if I was going to have to get a jet assist there. Yep. Too high. Okay, can't go any further this way. Well timed, me. Alright. It's a simple effect, but I really like how that ceiling looks. Okay, what was to the right then? A W tank. I don't think I have as many of those as I do E-tanks. Yeah, I only have 4 of those compared to 9 E-tanks, and wow, okay, lots and lots of bolts. If I ever need to buy stuff, I can. Good to know. Alright. So yeah, it was overall a pretty simple stage, but the aesthetic looked really nice. It looked very polished. It was a pretty decent stage all around, I thought. This level seriously looks amazing, and I really liked the aesthetic of an underground castle and city. The music was great too. Some of the castle parts were super neat too. I really liked the structure of the vertical segment toward the end. You can get stuck and have to restart if you enter the room with a W tank by sliding. I can see how you'd overlook something like that, though. Wow, really? You can? Okay. More importantly, the stage was still fun a second time, which is something to be proud of. It didn't really push any envelopes in terms of gameplay, but it changed things up a lot, and the presentation was especially good. Jokes aside, I loved this level front to back. This was also a level. I take it the music theme here is Tesla Coatl's theme in 8-bit. Regarding the level itself, you definitely built a good level with what you had, but I don't really feel like enough was done to really make the level excel either. It works, but I wouldn't say it stands out, really. Overall, I quite enjoyed this level, although at times it seems either too empty or just a bit too harsh. I also quite like the tower portion of the stage. Not many of these levels do ladder segments. I did find that some gimmicks, like the Yoku blocks, were hardly fleshed out at all. I'm kinda wondering what parts they thought were too harsh. Still, overall, that was a pretty solid level. I enjoyed that one. And it also went by pretty quickly, so, moving on to the next one, back in a moment. Yeah, I see you there, quick man. And so, moving on. Alright, what you got to say? I'm tired after all this running and bashing my head against walls. Thank goodness for this festival. Fair point. You kinda do that a lot. 5th place, Wrecking Goomba, Research Facility. Score 74.2, 88, 81, 80, 54, 68. Mr. Curem's favorite. Alright. Onward. Oh, man. I think that's Mega Man 9 Flash in the Dark, I want to say. Okay, we have a reward to the left. I was gonna say this reminded me a lot of a previous Wily stage, the start of it, and I remembered there being something to the left. But yeah, it's not often that I remember Fortress stage music, but I do really like this particular song. Though I do think my favorite overall Fortress stage is We Are the Robots. Weapon Archive? Wait, the Turtle Machine? Okay, so we have a weapon archive that mimics, Fortress bosses. Alright. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, 1 down. 2 down. Well, you're all that's left, anyway. Okay, that's pretty cool. Because, I mean, normally a lot of Fortress bosses don't really stand out to me too much, but I did think that the weapons archive was a neat idea. So seeing it kind of repurposed like this, that's pretty neat. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be Fortress bosses, or not. We're back outside. Because it used Mega Man 1 Yellow Devil, Mega Man 2 Mecha Dragon, and Mega Man 3 the Turtle Machine, so I guess if we deal with more of it, it'll be 4 through 6? Easy. There we go. Okay, we do have another gate. Okay, what do we have this time? I forget what that's called, but I do remember it. I think that was from 5. No, Darkman would be from 5. Was that first one from 4 then? Or 6? Like I said, I forget a lot of the Fortress bosses. But this is a pretty neat idea. Oh, Cossack Catcher. Well, that's definitely 4. So, you must have been from 6. Man, this is just such a neat idea. Alright. So yeah, if it's going to be like the original Weapons Archive, then we're also going to be dealing with Fortress bosses from 7, 8, and 9. Which, honestly, I don't remember a lot of the Fortress bosses from 8. It's been like a super long time since I've messed with the fortresses from 8. Like, I remember that weird boss that you have to use the Mega Ball on, that's about it. Let's just hope that the Mega Man 7 representative isn't Wily Capsule. Because I think that tends to be the most infamous Wily Capsule fight. Okay, this seems like it would be the end. Well, it is Wily Capsule, but I'm not sure from which game. I mean, I know the music is from 9. I don't remember that Wily Capsule solidly enough. I more solidly remember the dinosaur part of that fight. Man, even though I'm essentially fighting a Wily capsule, I still just really like this idea. Just repurposing weapons archive like this. There's just something about it. It triggers some nostalgia in me, I suppose. Get down here. And yes, I know I can use Robot Master weapons. But come on, you know me by now. Honorable duel! At least I get the basic idea of what attack types you have. Just get down here! Not that close! Yeah, well. But generous checkpoint. And now I know what I'm getting into. We'll give it one more legit try. It's like a lot of the fights, I have to learn some positioning, basically. Or he can just basically telefrag me. One reason I don't like this kind of boss, the whole disappearing, reappearing thing, because they have a tendency to enjoy doing that. That, and given my preference for going Buster only, the whole appearing too high gets kind of annoying. But that's just a fault of my playstyle. That's not the fault of the designer, really. Different players, different style, that sort of thing. The troublesome thing is there's no real tell as to which attack type he's going to use. And also the fact that he finds the ceiling fascinating. And then he does that. Yeah, it's the swirling attack that's the most dangerous for me because he does it so quickly, and a lot of times when I'm really close to him. That one gives plenty of time to lead it. The drop attack isn't that bad if you see it coming. Oh, get down here. Uh-huh. Yeah. Or the game could just freeze on me. Okay, then. The game has completely frozen on me. Yep, not responding. That's a shame. That is truly a shame. Back in a bit. Well, on the way back, Plant Man showed up. They wouldn't let me up in the attic. They said I wasn't cool enough. What a bunch of jerks. They really are. I always liked Plant Man's design, just very colorful. Oops. Okay, here we go again. And we're gonna look for a weakness. That's not it. That's not it. Didn't hit with the main part of that, so I'm not sure if that makes a difference. That did a pretty good chunk of damage, actually. It does kind of have that same limitation that he has to come down here a bit. No, actually, it really didn't. I don't think that's doing anything. It's at least doing some constant damage and keeping his shots away from me. Now the thing is, I think I remember somebody saying that there was a boss in the game that if you died during the boss, it causes the game to lock up. So this might very well be that boss. Okay, that's doing some good damage. There we go. So yeah, aside from the freeze, that was an interesting idea. I just wonder what exactly causes that. This was amazing. The weapons archives were super neat, and you had a great selection of bosses. Great choice of music, too. The whole stage was just a lot of fun to go through, though I do feel that the actual stage, apart from the bosses, was just a stage. It's nice to see the Sparkman platforms get some use, but besides the bosses, everything just felt like it was there. Yeah, I do kind of have to admit that is true. Haha, wow. This definitely pleased the fanboy in me. That's a very nice take on the Wily archive. All the boss parts were so well crafted, and they generally struck a good balance of faithful and improved. I think you could have done a little more with the in-between sections, but even then, what you have isn't bad. Yeah, that's pretty solidly where I feel on this one. The only thing missing from this level is a scientist pleading for his life. True enough. The level itself was boring. Nothing about it really stood out as good or bad. It was just there, really. The Guardian Archive, on the other hand, I rather liked that, and it was the main source of fun from this level, which, with one exception. The Cossack Catcher is an absolute pain to fight, and cost me 2 of my E-tanks, something no other boss can say so far. That docked you pretty significantly, as I found that downright frustrating. The Cossack Catcher? Really? I thought that was one of the easiest parts of the fights. I don't know if that was worthy of docking points for it. A Wily Boss Archive was a very clever boss idea that I found very enjoyable. The rest of the stage, while somewhat devoid of enemy challenges, laid out some good game design demonstration, and each asset of the level was, for the most part, well introduced and tested. So, yeah, overall I think this was a pretty solid stage with a neat idea for the bosses. It was interesting seeing a stage that really took boss design to heart like this, so that was pretty cool. Just unfortunate about that freeze, and I wonder if that is the one that I was warned about. But anyway, that's where we're going to call it for now, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.